Hello and welcome. In this video here, we'll briefly give you the differences between the ASUS ProArt PX13 for 2024 and the ASUS ROG Zephyrus G16 for 2024 and help you in making a buying decision. In fact, these devices are so similar, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to figure out why you would pick one over the other. So that said here, let's begin with some of the differences and to make a buying decision, like whether you go for the ProArt series or whether the Zephyrus G16. I don't think you can go wrong with either of these devices, as they are the top of the line product offerings from ASUS, one in the professional and creator oriented category and one certainly for the more consumer and gamers category here. So let's start first with the build quality. Well, the only build quality difference I can highlight here with the ProArt PX13 is that this is MIL standard H10H certified, which means it can handle extreme temperatures, heat, extreme cold, high elevations, high humidity. So really a workhorse laptop if you want to be able to go anywhere. Most probably, physically speaking, this laptop will last much longer than the software or any other use you may have for this particular device. So let's just say a few words here quickly about the CPUs of these devices. The PX13 here is powered by the AMD Zen 5 Ryzen AI 9HX370 CPU, 12 core, 24 threads, and more focused on the AI level of that performance, hence the AI moniker in the name of the CPU brand itself. Here we've got the Intel Core 9 Ultra 185H CPU. Of course, it's got lots of AI chops as well, but not quite as as fresh in terms of the AI hype as is the PX13 with its Zen 5 CPU. That's at 12 cores. We've got 16 cores here, different core configurations and combinations, but nonetheless, in terms of CPU performance, you really won't be skipping a beat whether you select AMD or whether you select the Intel counterpart. And because now the PX13 offers a USB 4 port that's 40 gigabits per second of bandwidth, you get the equivalent of Thunderbolt 4 port you get from the Intel device. So you're not going to be bandwidth limited on either of these devices for content creation, consumption, storage, cameras, capture equipment. Any of those workloads will work fantastic. And of course, their full rate limit HDMI 2.1 ports on both of these devices. That means you're going to be able to connect to all kinds of very, very high resolution and high refresh rate displays as well. Now, if we talk quickly here about the displays, they're so similar, it's a little bit hard to tell them apart. They're both high resolution, both 16 by 10. The main differences between these two laptops is that this one is a touchscreen display. The PX13, being creator focused, has a touchscreen and a digitizer, so you can use a Wacom pen or a digital stylus or an artistic pen to actually draw and to actually do color work and so on, artistic stuff on the actual PX13, whereas the Zephyrus G16 is a G-Sync enabled Dolby Vision display for more content consumption and for gaming, of course. Now, that said, this one is only 60 hertz because it's more creator focused. On the Zephyrus G16, we get a 240 hertz display at 0.2 milliseconds. That means you're going to get very, very nice fast response and fast motion rate for your gaming sessions. Lovely, lovely display for gaming. I cannot stress that enough. It really has to be seen in person to be believed. One thing I do want to mention, both of these laptops offer only soldered RAM. Now, the PX13 can only go up to 32 gigabytes. If you're a content creator, you probably need lots of RAM. In that case, you should look at the equivalent of the Zephyrus G16 ProArt P16, which I've also reviewed on my channel. Go check out that video, please. The P16 can have up to 64 gigabytes of soldered RAM. Both of these, and the Zephyrus G16 tops out at 32 gigabytes of RAM as well. Now, that said, they're both very fast RAM, 7500 or 8400 megahertz in both of these laptops. So very, very fast speeds. You're not gonna have any performance issues selecting one over the other. Great keyboards, good tactility. They're both backlit, single zone RGB here, whereas just a white backlight on the PX13. They both have 3 levels of brightness, low, medium, high, or off on both of these laptop devices. On the Zephyrus G16, you get these media keys above the keyboard here. Those are missing because this is a creator-oriented device and because it's such a smaller chassis. That said, excellent trackpads. The size of these trackpads are behemoths. If you look at the PX or the Zephyrus G16 here, a huge trackpad akin the MacBook Pros, and similar story here with the ProArt PX13. A very good size trackpad here for the size of the device. Both of them have similar ports. This one has, the Zephyrus G16 has a full-size SD card slot, whereas the PX13 exchanges that in favor of a micro SD card slot. This one has a smaller battery, of course. This one has a larger battery, 90 watt hours. The Intel seems to do poorer at battery life. The ASUS PX13 is really up there. Those Zen 5 CPUs are absolutely amazing. Being powered by the 4050 though here, you're not going to get all of the gaming chops that you would, of course, with an RTX 4070, so there's a little bit of a trade-off there. This one is more gamer and consumer focused and oriented. If you're looking to game primarily, you should pick up the G-Sync enabled OLED display 240Hz Zephyrus G16. If you're looking more for doing content creation or something, a mix of all workloads, you work more, play less, then you should certainly be looking at the PX13 as well. That said, I think both of these are winners. Okay, aside from the main aspects of these laptops here, just a few things to touch on. The ASUS ProArt PX13 has Bluetooth 5.4 and Wi-Fi 7. The Zephyrus G16, however, is still rocking Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 6E. Not a real big issue, I believe, unless you've invested heavily into Wi-Fi 7 hardware, which at the time of this video is still quite expensive. Let's talk quickly about the sound here. The PX13 here is more typical down-firing speakers. I believe 2 speakers in this device. You know, it gets loud enough, it's okay. Kind of tinny at the high end, pretty typical laptop speakers here. The Zephyrus G16, on the other hand, wow, I have nothing but praise for this. It's got a total of 6 speakers, 4 tweeters plus 2 subs here, and it sounds fantastic. Short of the MacBook Pros, this is probably one of the best sounding PC gaming laptops that I've heard in quite a long time. So that said, it adds to the overall immersion and the overall enjoyment experience that you would get from gaming on the Zephyrus G16. Another thing to mention here is weight, of course. This one here rocks in at 1.38 kilograms. This one is, I believe, at 1.8 and change kilograms, but roughly 3 pounds, 4 pounds. That's what you need to know. They both have 200 watt power adapters though, so no differences there. And of course, with the latest model years, ASUS has opted the square pins here, which is a proprietary plug. So that's something perhaps you should take note of. And of course, we have to talk about price here and availability. So the PX13, being the newest kid on the block here, is still pricey. You're going to pay quite a pretty premium here for only a 4050 enabled laptop. So if that's something that bothers you and you really love bang for buck, you're going to be looking at the Zephyrus G16 series here. That said, the PX13, being the size it is, can only go up to the RTX 4070, I believe, although I'm not sure quite when we'll see that. And of course, it's not going to have the same power levels even as you would in the Zephyrus G16, still being the thin and light chassis that we've got here. The 4050 here is currently on offer and currently available in the marketplace. This one here can go up to a 4090. Keep in mind that the 4050, 60, and 4070 models of the Zephyrus G16s do not contain a vapor chamber and do tend to run a little bit on the warmer side. If you opt for the 4080 or 4090, those do have vapor chambers. However, they're still constrained, I believe, to about 110 or perhaps 115 watts, somewhere in that figure for those GPUs. So they're not full power 175 watt or 150 watt 4080s that you would get in a very, very high end, a beefier and much, much heavier laptop offering. The other thing to note about the 4080, 4090 models is that as soon as you jump from the 4070 to the 4080, the price premium is steep. So that's something you should keep in mind. If you opt for the Zephyrus or the ProArt equivalent of the Zephyrus G16, which would be the ProArt P16, you can still only go up to a maximum of a RTX 4070. I don't know what this is about ASUS. Laptops always getting gimped. They're always getting the shorter end of the stick and not being able to offer 4080 and 4090s in these premium laptop designs. Why can we not have a ProArt P16 with a vapor chamber and a 4090 as well? Would love to see that on the market. And finally, one of the last things I want to touch on here is upgradability. If you look at these devices, there's not much that's going to be upgradable here. Of course, as I've mentioned before, the RAM here is soldered. In addition to that, on the PX13, you're only going to have a singular slot here for the SSD PCI Gen 4. That means it's a 22 by 30. It's a very small slot, so it's finding hard drives larger capacities than 2 terabytes is going to be a little bit of a challenge there. On the Zephyrus G16 here, we've got 2 SSD slots. One is pre-populated, the other one is available, so you can certainly add an additional drive. The only thing I would say in wrapping up or closing this video would be that the ProArt PX13 has really wowed me with that AMD CPU. I gotta say, if you're looking for a battery life champ, something that's gonna be able to get through the entire day, it's got excellent power management. It can really ramp itself down to below 1 gigahertz to keep this thing running all day. The PX13 is gonna be your choice. If you're looking for something where you're nearly plugged in all the time, or you always have access to AC power, you want all the extra juice, your main workload here is gaming, then certainly by all means you should be looking at the Zephyrus G16 and the ROG lineup of laptops from ASUS. So I think that's all we have to say in this video. I've highlighted as many of the major differences as I can. If I've missed a few small things, I apologize. Please leave me a comment below if I've missed other differences between these laptops as well, or something that you've noticed that you would say particularly is worth noting. Leave a comment below so others can benefit from your knowledge and information as well. Again, as always, please click the like button, get subscribed, share this content across your social media channels to help this channel grow. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.